setting expectations and the value of closing a deal. We're going to go over and talk to Chris right now again, who is obviously our top loss mitigator, and we're going to interview him, and he's going to go in depth on exactly what happened in this process from start to finish, on when we were 90% of the way done on how and what he did when the second mortgage was sold off. Now, let's go over here and talk to Chris. Chris, what's going on?
What's going on, Bob? How you doing?
Good. We're just going over a little bit about the deal in California there.
Excellent. St. Montalina, yeah.
Yep, St. Montalina. And the second mortgage, which was GMAC, they had a principal amount of $45,000. And as a lot of you guys know, since you've been watching these videos, is that the majority, and I'm going to use that pretty strongly now, majority of the second lien holders now, their minimum requirement, acceptable requirement for them to release the lien is 10%.
Exactly.
So if we had $45,000 on the second mortgage from GMAC, okay, obviously 10% of that is $4,500. Now I said three things in this video that are very important. One of them, setting expectations. What did you do in this situation, okay, in this scenario, to set expectations right up front, knowing that the second mortgage is going to require $4,500?
Well, essentially, make sure that all the parties involved, make sure that they all knew, first off, that 10% we're going to have to provide 10% at closing to the second. And so I first of all, mentioned to not only the listing agent but to the seller as well that fact, and then also just told them, I said, listen, for the first mortgage in this case is going to allow about $3,000, so we're going to need to be thinking of ways to come up with the remainder. So.
Okay. So who came up with the extra $1,500?
In this case, it was the seller. The seller was able to, thankfully, provide it and be willing to provide it as well. So.
Okay, great. And number two, we'll go over building rapport. Chris, in this deal, the value obviously of building rapport was huge. Now talk a little bit about that aided us in getting our short sales accepted here.
Yeah, as I said, the seller, just kind of coming out of the last point, the seller had was willing to provide the that additional $1,500 that we needed, and that was because we worked with him and spoken to him at length and really kind of built a good rapport with him, and so that's why he was willing to do what he needed to do. And then as far as building rapport with the lenders in this one, we had to extend the closing date out just so that the buyer had enough time to get their mortgage commitment. And both lenders, because I worked hard for them throughout the process, kept them in the loop with everything that was going on, were more than willing to grant those extensions. So just a little value in rapport right there. So.
And finally, the value of closing a deal. And what I mean by closing a deal, it wasn't on this deal. It was actually a previous deal that we had done with Real-Time Solutions, or Resolution. Sorry about that. Chris, you want to touch upon that, because that was your buddy, was one of the top loss mitigators there. So.
Yeah, definitely. As Bob was saying, the value of closing a deal, if you're in a situation where you've closed a deal previously with a certain lender, and especially if it's you've gotten to talk at length with the company or a certain mitigator, it's awesome, because then you call them back and you get in touch with them again, and they usually and in this case did as well, remember that prior deal and remember that you performed, and so you're able to come in there with a track record and say, listen guys, we'll get it done for you.
Especially on a second mortgage, you get them 10% of the principal amount. If you guys want to build huge rapport with loss mitigators, you get deals closed, and especially on second mortgage, if you could get them 10% of the principal amount, you are the king. They will remember you. All right. So, well, that was fantastic, Chris. Again,
thank you. Great
job. Or good job on this one here. And for you guys, next week we're going to be shooting another video. Obviously, go to pre-foreclosure daily grind here. And again, Chris, thanks a lot and job well done.
More than welcome. Thank you.